Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classics as Non-Classics. This is episode 1055 and Doubleshot number 979. I got two DC trades, first of which is a crossover trade between two series I have recently reviewed. This is Teen Titans / Deathstroke, The Terminus Agenda, collecting Teen Titans Volume 6 issues 28 to 30. And Deathstroke 41 to 43. Yeah, I got this trade yesterday. Now, this crossover is the second crossover that Christopher Priest has done, basically a crossover Teen Titans. The last one, which actually is referenced in here, the Lazarus contract. That was an amazing crossover. This doesn't live up to that, but does the ending sets up something interesting. Yeah. Here's kind of the strange thing about this particular crossover. It's had some build-up. Not a lot of build-up, but some build-up. Like, mostly with Deathstroke's book. Where this has been building since, I'd say since the Lazarus contract, they've been basically hoping to do another crossover. I'm sure he really wanted to do another book with a crossover with Teen Titans. But he's like, okay, I can't wait to team up with Ben Percy again. It's like, oh crap, this is not Ben Percy, this is Adam Glass. Yeah. Now, it's simply put, Deathstroke versus Adam Glass's Teen Titans team. That's what this is. Yeah. Basically, at the end of the Deathstroke Asylum arc, he broke out of Arkham Asylum. And as for why he was sent there, because his smoking hot, his beautiful ex-wife sent him there. That's simply the gist of it. Also, Rose briefly appears in the story for like one issue. Yes, Rose Wilson, Deathstroke's daughter. A woman who has interacted with Teen Titans once in this continuity. The only time that happened was the culling. And that was it. Just the culling. Yeah. That's kind of dumb for the Teen Titans history that the current continuity to do. Is that Rose Wilson, a woman who was actually a member of the Teen Titans in the previous continuity, in this one, she interacts with him only once. She's not even a member of the damn team. She just hangs out in Deathstroke's title. Yep. Oh, in case you're wondering, where's Adeline Kane in all this? Nope. I think she's mentioned a couple times. Does not make an appearance at all. Billy Wintergreen, shows up in here, and at one point he's asked about the other. That's basically something that was going on in the Teen Titans book, basically the mystery of who is this other. And that is something that's sort of mentioned, but it's not brought up again. Also, in the storyline, Kid Flash finds out about the underground prison that Robin has under their base operations. I'm still wondering why the heck they moved to an abandoned warehouse when they have a frickin' tower in San Francisco. Why do they need this warehouse for? It's one of the most bizarre things one thing I don't like about the current run is the abrupt change of base operations. There is no reason for it at all. Last time I checked, it was fixed after the events of Super Sons Tomorrow. As for why in the world they decided to move there, so they can hide out from Justice League. I'm like, okay. And apparently Batman has kind of found out about this, where the Teen Titans are. Somehow it's implied here. There's a funny bit, I love this particular bit, where Deathstroke goes to a barbershop, and he says, "Hi Marv, hi George, hi Lee." That's probably Christopher Priest giving a nod to Marv Wolfman, George Perez, the two guys who created Deathstroke, and the late Lean Ween, who had passed away just about a few years ago. And he also, believe it or not, Lean Ween actually has written some issues of Teen Titans. So kudos for Christopher Priest for doing that. And it turns out the whole barbershop was actually the Teen Titans. And I loved the fact that Robin actually, I think this was good on, I think it was Adam Glass who wrote this issue, where he actually brought up the fact that, with the exception of Kid Flash and Red Arrow, the rest of them have no idea who the heck Deathstroke is. I'm like, Deathstroke is a publicly known figure. I mean, people know who Deathstroke is. How is it that Daja, Crush, and I think his name is Butterball, does not know who Deathstroke is? Yeah. Also, this is a funny little bit, aside from the whole barbershop thing, where Rose takes Deathstroke to this place people cosplay as Deathstroke, And they're wearing the George Perez costume, which, awesome. I love the George Perez look. Yeah. And by halfway through the story, Deathstroke is taken captive by Robin. Yeah, and apparently Robin is bitter against Deathstroke for messing up his hair. Even Kid Flash points out, though, that is stupid. That is by far the stupidest reason to be mad at somebody. And, like, Deathstroke's like, when he meets Crush, like, hey, you remind me of your dad. And Crush is like, who's my dad? Yeah, but, okay, I get the fact he might know Lobo. Yeah, Deathstroke knows Lobo. That's fine. I'll get to him. Dasha and Butterball, I get maybe he'd probably never met these two before because they're brand new heroes who have only been around for like about a year at this point. Yeah, they made a debut back in the special, which set up this particular run. Yeah, what else? Yeah, and then at the end of the storyline, Robin kills Deathstroke. Yeah, the second person he's officially killed. But don't worry, he's not dead for very long because he gets brought back in his own solo title, and then the title ends. I'm not kidding. Yeah, just by sheer coincidence, the Deathstroke title ended after 50 issues. Yeah, like 7 issues after this. Yeah, so what happens with Deathstroke after this is handled in his own book. Basically, gets resurrected, though. The title is briefly taken over by his son, which I'll get to that when I talk about when I get to trade Deathstroke RIP, which comes on in a few months. And what happens with the Teen Titans? Oh boy, I love the way this thing ends. Like, thing ends with Crush coming face to face with her awesome dad, Lobo. Yes, Lobo is going to fight the Teen Titans next trade. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. But in the case of this particular storyline overall, it's a pretty good storyline. I like the build up to it. And I like the fact that Teen Titans actually, like the new members, are actually ticked off at Robin for hiding the prison from them. Because other writers might say, oh, they're okay with the underground prison. Yeah, these people are rightfully upset with Robin. Oh yeah, and also, during the course of the storyline, it's revealed that Crush is in love with Daja. Yes, she's in love with her because Crush is a lesbian. Adam Glass doing this is perfectly fine. There has been, there's been some slight hints she's not interested in boys. I mean, there was hints that she might have been attracted to Robin, but nope, she denies it. She's in love with Daja, and then she goes to Daja's room, and then she confesses her feelings for her, and then she kisses her. Yes, she actually kisses her. Yeah, this is actually mentioned a little after this, but yeah, it's interesting though that a lot of the stuff Adam Glass has in the story, like Crush being a lesbian, her setting up her possible romance with Daja, that's going to continue the next storyline. But yeah, and also, in case you're wondering about what was going on with Daja's ring, not even mentioned this storyline at all. Yeah, that's not followed up into the very next story arc. The story arc is actually pretty good, but it does kind of cripple the team in a way, but nobody leaves the roster. Nope. But I give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a good story, and sad to see that this arc title is going to end after this. I know because I'm reading it. Teen Titans is still going right now. I think the most recent issue that came out was issue 39. I think it was 39, the most recent chapter that came out. The recent issue that came out for the series. Yep. Alright, now moving on to a different title. This is Supergirl, Volume 2, Sins the Circle. This collects Supergirl, Volume 7, issues 27 to 33. Yep, this is basically Mark Andrego doing the writing. Artwork is by Kevin McGuire. I mean, that could be one of the artwork looks so good. I love Kevin McGuire's artwork. It's awesome. Those are the only artists. Kevin McGuire is the main artist in here, but these are the other artists working these issues. Eduardo Panicia, Julio Ferreira, Sean Pearsons, Ebar Ferreira, and Sky Hanna. The cover art here is done by Yannick Parik and Nathan Fabric. Now, I forgot to mention this when it comes to, like, this one here. It has the feeling of, like, the previous decade's, like, artwork. But it's more apparent with this. This one's kind of implied here. This one feels like the Supergirl art style from the 1990s when Peter David was on the book. Well, there's a good reason. Kevin McGuire's in the book, which, yes, is so good. And the fact she interacted with Superboy after the whole thing of him going to space. Yeah, in case you're wondering, like, how the heck Superboy came like this, well, that's explained in the very next story arc for Superman, which I haven't had a chance to review yet. Yeah, this storyline itself, these 6 issues simply do this. It wraps up what's been going on in the book since Mark Rodriguez started his run. Where Supergirl went to space to figure out why in the world that her plane was destroyed and basically figure out secrets of the Axe. Doesn't explicitly find out about the reasoning for it, but they do wrap up the story. Yep, the storyline's been going on since issue 21 is officially wrapped up with the storyline. And also they have this great storyline, the House of L storyline, which is really good, which is a loose crossover with Superman. Though for some reason this trade did not include the Superman issues. Also, one thing I gotta mention though about the logo, I love the fact that they actually went back to the classic Supergirl logo that Supergirl's had since I think the 80s. She's had this logo, but I love this logo. It is really good. I love it. Yep, and I love the fact she's getting there with her cousin again, which I thought was really nice, and the fact that with Crypto, which that was amazing. Like Crypto, when you see Superboy's like he says like he starts licking him because he had probably not seen him in quite a while. Now the storyline ends with her going back to Earth, and where is she living? Of all places, National City. My only guess is because I think it's with the very next story. I think Jody Houser takes over the book, which I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. But in the case of this one overall, like her supporting character she's had throughout this entire run, this guy named who kind of it's implied has a thing for him. He's a Khaled, and yeah, he's in love with her, but I think from what I can tell, he does try to confess his feelings for her, but it goes nowhere. Yep. Also, in case you're wondering, does she put on the black costume she wore on the cover of the first issue? Yeah, she puts it on for like one issue. Yeah, she puts on this outfit here. Yeah, she puts this outfit on here in this issue for like one issue, and that's it. Yep. And I like you read this, and also we have appearance by the Omega Men. Love these guys. And she gets a chance to meet Starfire's brother. Yes. And she can lower energy at one point. It's like, okay, we gotta do energy transfer. And her brother's like, and Starfire's like, okay, I know a way. Making out with her. Yes, making out with her. Which I thought that was so funny. The fact that, yeah, and Starfire's like, and Supergirl's like, I got kissed by. She's probably thinking in her head, like, man, Starfire's brother is handsome. Yeah, it's a good, like, hey, like, I'm Ryan. You know my sister. Of course she does. Though, I don't remember them actually meeting. Like, not in the current stuff. No, she probably knows of her. She probably met Starfire at some point. But I'm trying to think though in the current. I know in the previous continuity she knew her for years. But in the current continuity, not that I could think of, no. I'm trying to think here. Top of my head, I can't think of any time he's met her. And I love the fact they actually got a chance to live up to her Teenage Prodigy stuff. And there's a loose thing here with there's like a brief 2-page thing of Lex with this whole offer thing for like the whole Bill in the Year stuff. That's here, but for Brainiac 1, and Brainiac is in his look that he had just before Crisis on Infinite Earths, though this is the first time he's assumed this look since the second arc of Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps. Yep. It's when you finish reading this particular trade here, if you get a chance to read this, it feels as though that Mark Andrego was simply doing a love letter to DC's classic cosmic stuff from like the 80s and 90s. That's what it felt like in here, especially the appearance by the Mega Men, and the fact we have Hawkman's people, the Thanagarians, appearing here as well. Yeah, by far, really good storyline. and I'm gonna give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. And I think this is the end of Marco Drago's run. I think so. Yes. Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to whenever the next trade comes out for that. So that's it for this particular review. Excuse me. My next comic corner will be one Marvel trade, one DC trade. The Marvel trade would actually be the first of 2 trades for this one particular series because I don't have the other one yet. I'll probably get it next time I go to the Barnes Noble. That's why I got these. Supergirl, I'm not sure when Volume 3 is going to come out yet. I have no idea. The other one's going to be a showcase book. You'll find out what it is in my next comic corner. My next review I'm going to do is going to review of One Piece. Yep, that'll be up soon. Okay, produce the next view. Bye.